What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our mini spotlight series. You guys, this is one of my favorite series because I get to interview super cool people. So our next guest is an actor, producer. You might have seen him on the big screen and even your screens at home. His name is James DuMont. Stay with us.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzzTV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Woo! Welcome back, guys. Again, I am Jamie Gray with our mini spotlight series, and I'm not alone. You see me here with James DuMont.
What's up?
Welcome.
Buzz.
Hey.
We's buzzing, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have anything in these drinks, so we don't really have a buzz going.
It's water. It's not vodka.
But I mean, I feel like our little chit chat is going to be good. We have enough to talk about.
Just a couple things.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like you've done so much. You guys, I always do my research on our guests, but I was
All right, here we go.
I know this guy. You've been on so many things.
Can I just
You're
that guy. Go.
I mean, okay, let's just go.
him.
All right. So you've been in so many things. I'm just gonna go like way back.
All right.
Well, HBO's Treme, okay?
Yep.
Now also you've made appearances on Love and Basketball. It's been on the big screen. Along Came Polly, Ocean's 13, Jurassic World, American Horror Story.
Yep.
I mean, and those are just a few. So you've done so much.
Yeah, I'm at like 140 right now.
Are you tired yet?
No. I just did like 3 this last month. So
yeah, you're doing
just,
a lot.
You just keep working.
Yeah.
Just keep working it.
You know what? And we'll get into all of the things that you've done. I want to bring up someone that I had interviewed way back. His name is Jeffrey Owens. You might have known him from The Cosby Show, and then he, started working at Trader Joe's.
That's right.
Whole thing went viral. He told me what his biggest risk as an actor was. And since you've done so much, I want to ask you, what is the biggest risk that you've taken as an actor?
That's a good one. Biggest risk. I mean, early on, I did 6 Degrees of Separation on Broadway, and I was full frontal for 8 shows a week for about a year. So when your costume is socks, you know what I mean, and you're doing a live show, and it's very air conditioned in these theaters.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a big risk. Kind of to start your Broadway debut where it's like it's just you and some socks. But it was a big hit show. Then the tour got me to Los Angeles. So so I would say that was a big risk because I think there were times where people were like, oh, he's naked, but can he act? It's like, or can he act?
Right. They're a little distracted.
We know what he looks like. And now being such a character guy, and it's like, if I had nightmares of them doing the revival, and they're going to bring back the Hustler, and I'm like 50 pounds over, I'm bald, my hair was long. Yeah, but the point is be a different Hustler. But so I'd say that was a big risk, in that regard. I think that's pretty much the main one. I mean, in terms of films that for example, I'm on The Righteous Gemstones right now.
Yes.
And, they asked if I would do full frontal on camera. And they're like, oh yeah, Danny and the guys, they're all going to do that. And I was like, really?
Are they?
Danny McBride is really going to go full front? I'm calling BS on that. So I had to do the DD.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I had to do the double. I did the body double. But
wait a minute.
Didn't,
this is on Righteous Gemstones?
This is on The Righteous Gemstones.
So let's also talk about that. So you guys, you might know him from HBO's Treme, but you're back again on HBO.
Yes.
Back with the HBO family.
Yeah, I'm doing 7 out of 9 episodes. I play Chad, which is Danny McBride's right-hand man. And if you're watching the show, you already know that there are a lot of penises in the show.
Yeah.
Just so
a lot of peni.
A lot. Euphoria is nothing. They got nothing on us.
Yeah.
So we've been having fun with that. But so on the pilot episode, they were asking me if I'd do it. And I was like, you know what? They could just take little, people could take videos of it and say, I was like, I got kids. I don't want that.
I feel
So I'm going to say a pass on it. And then, of course, they pick somebody that has the smallest thing you've ever seen with a belly.
You're like,
and I'm like, Danny, what do you think? Go, that's funny, dude. That was funny. I was like, yeah, but then everybody's thinking, oh, James, so sad.
Oh my
so
God.
So sad, Chad. Chad is sad because he's got a little gonad. It's just like, so those are risky. If I wouldn't be really risky, I would have done it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh no.
Hey, so nowhere in the near future?
There was a show that did talk to me about a full, and I was going to do it. And then somebody else got the offer, so I was like, but I was really going to do a whole sex scene thing.
Ooh.
It was about this woman whose vagina was this, Venus flytrap, and he gets caught into it. So it's a real.
That's actually a genius.
Well, it's a genius thing
concept.
because he gets pulled into it, and it's his whole
Don't
body.
They all?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's just the. Yeah, I was like, I think I would do that.
Yeah.
And then it turned out that Billy Joel. Joel Murray ended up doing the roles.
What?
I'm like, Joel, way to go, buddy.
you go.
Thanks for
More
taking
power
one for
to
the
you.
team. I was
Wait, so HBO, which is, I mean, we all love
Yeah.
HBO. They have such amazing shows. So for you to be on Righteous Gemstones, when I saw the trailer and just hearing about the show, okay, I'm a PK, I'm a preacher's kid.
Yeah.
Now I want to know, was there any backlash about doing the show? For maybe it being blasphemous, with it being within the church.
I think that was my thought and my fear in the beginning. I just literally flew in from New Orleans with John Goodman. John Goodman and I were on the same flight because he's here for the Connors and I'm here for Emmy weekend. So for HBO. So there was I think in the beginning, I think that was our concern, but it's like it has so much truth and reality and humanity, right. And John is really playing his Eli Gemstone as the real, like Billy Graham, like the old, like the guys that presidents would turn to for a thing. So John playing it straight and Danny just kind of like just pushing the envelope of being the favored son. It just goes. I haven't really seen or heard anything on those regards.
Yeah.
So I think there's when you really kind of ride the rail of, at the end of the day, family kind of wins. That is a very Christian value that
absolutely.
I think. So at the end of it's outrageous. It's out there. But I think so far so good. We're gonna have a second season. So
woo!
We can't be doing anything that bad.
Yeah. Now your shirt. Now you're rocking.
I'm rocking my. This is my gemstone shirt. It's got my gemstones on the back. But I'm the Goon Squad. So
Goon Squad.
All the guys that are part of Danny's posse.
Yeah.
Is the Goon Squad. So it's myself and it's Levi and Chad and Gregory and So we're all like we're the dudes. We're the Goon Squad. So it's a great group of guys. So
that's amazing. And then
and Jody Hill is actually part of that group. He also directs the episodes as well, co-creator with Danny. So we're just having an amazing time.
That's amazing.
I think a year from now we'll be getting a little Emmy buzz because there's definitely performances in here that are just stand out like crazy good.
Yeah, well, I definitely have to catch up on that too. Now, for the people that are watching where they're like, okay, wait a minute, so Righteous Gemstones, I don't know about it, because I've already talked about how I'm a preacher's kid. They're probably like, wait a minute, what is it about? So tell the fans exactly what it's about.
Televangelist megachurch family, basically kind of like a little bit of Joel Osteen and a little bit of old school Jimmy Swaggart. And but it's an amazing kind of family. My son actually plays a Pontius Gemstone, the middle son. So both my son and I are in the same show.
That's amazing.
Which is kind of ridiculously fun. And Danny McBride is the favorite son, and then there's Edie Patterson, who basically plays Judy Gemstone. She's the girl that never really quite gets the boys' world. She doesn't quite get the same due respect, but as episodes come along, it gets really fun. And then Adam Devine is the youngest son.
Adam, I mean, gotta love
he's
Adam.
amazing. And John Goodman plays the patriarch of the family. It's Eli Gemstone is Billy Graham and Jimmy Swaggart all mixed into one, and he's just ridiculously great. And also Walton Goggins is also on our show as well, and he plays Baby Billy, and it's just the limits just keep getting better and better and better.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting.
No, it's great. It's great, and this is like I think it's like the 60th TV show that I've done, and I've had so much fun in the set. The whole idea and the concept is just kind of like in the master shot, like it'll be scripted and then we go medium and it'll be scripted. And by the time we get to the close-up, they're like, oh no, we're going to improv this.
Right.
So it's like a game. It's like a childish game of like, how many things can we say to James to see if he'll stay in character?
Wow.
And I'm like staying in character and they're like, the whole crew is like dying laughing behind the camera. I was like, I'm getting paid to do this. This
Which is amazing.
amazing. Yeah.
Do you have, out of all the TV series that you've done or participated in, which has been your favorite or your favorite character?
God, that's a good one. I really love American Horror Story because when I did Freak Show and then I did Coven, I played Sarah
doctor,
Paulson. Yes, Sarah Paulson's obstetrician. But then when it came to Freak Show, PJ Marshall and I is an amazing actor. The two of us together, we were the freaks were killing cops and the cops were killing. We started killing some freaks. But that was an amazing thing because it was like period piece, and you got Jessica Lange and you have Kathy Bates and my buddy from college, Michael Chiklis, and I was like, this is a ridiculous situation here. This is and Sarah Paulson, and it was just like
Angela Bassett.
Bassett, and I've known her and Courtney for years, and so it's just like it was just the culmination of a lot of like, oh my God, I'm really doing this.
Yeah,
I've been doing this for a while.
I'm proud.
But it was like that kind of thing. That was probably to me like one of the kind of the best experiences. I mean, we're in New Orleans and it's hot and we're wearing wool clothes and it's supposed to be the 20s, and it's this wild freak show, with all these amazing actors.
Yeah,
Sounds
I mean,
incredible.
it's amazing. American Horror Story is one of my favorites. Now they have the 9th season, which just premiered last night. Now 1984 is the name of the new season. Have you seen it? Have you heard about it?
I have not. You know, like I kind of, I'm a little behind schedule. I jumped shark just a little bit there, and I'm like, because I was like, it got a little crazy with Lady Gaga. So, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
There's the limit, and then there's the olive here. So yeah, at a certain point, but I'm a fan. Ryan's amazing, so I'll be back.
Now, and since you are a fan of Ryan, have you seen Pose?
I have.
Okay, both seasons?
No, just the first.
No worries. All right, yeah, which the first season is on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I actually, since we do so many after shows here, where we review American Horror Story, we also review Pose. I'm on that panel, so you guys got to check that out for all the fans. But I mean, it's amazing that you've worked with him.
Oh yeah.
But now into more of the film. So Netflix.
Yes.
Netflix is just.
Oh yeah,
popping
Netflix.
out
I just finished doing this movie Wonderland with my third film with Mark Wahlberg and Peter Berg directing, and Post Malone is in his first feature.
I saw that,
and he's fantastic. He's so great. And then we have Winston Duke from Black Panther. And
I met him. All right,
Winston's amazing and just wonderful. You definitely make sure he brings his mom, because his mom's awesome.
Okay,
like his mom is like.
Oh, I see her. I remember seeing her. She's got the long hair.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
But so we did that. We shot that up in Boston. We just did a reshoot on that. That should be out, I think, the fall. I've been talking to Pete. I just saw him today, just trying to figure out when that's going to come out, either the fall or the first of the year. But it's really well done. And we have Alan Arkin in there. So it's like those are Alan Arkin fans. But it's amazing. And also I went to school in Boston. So to kind of come back to Boston to work, I did Patriots Day up there with Pete and Mark. And then now coming back and doing Wonderland, I was like, oh, this is just a joy of joys. And Netflix is really like totally into really investing in films. We were one of 10 $50 million movies. I just don't know a studio that's kind of making that kind of content investment. I know, so it's amazing. They were so supportive and incredible, and it just I just want to keep working for them.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to work for Netflix too.
Yes,
hey
hello
guys.
Netflix.
Hi,
we're available.
We are,
and that's DuMont with an M, capital M, on the Netflix list for the HBO party.
Yes, there you go.
Emmy, whatever.
Add me a
We're
+1, Jamie Gray. So with Netflix and working with Mark, which oh my gosh, love Wahlburgers.
Oh my god,
oh my god.
And he is everything you would imagine him to be and more. His focus and concentration is a little intimidating in the best kind of way. He really kind of saves and condenses his energy, and then when we're working, it's just it's just on, and he's just so wonderful on and off screen. I cannot say enough. I mean, he's just a fantastic person.
And your third
and he
time.
walks the walk and talk the talk.
Yeah, your third time working with him.
I know,
so
3 times the charm. I almost
World?
did. Yeah, no, I did. The first one was Deepwater Horizon. I was the vice president of BP on that. So I did 12 weeks of work with Mark and Pete in New Orleans, and then Patriots Day, and then now Wonderland, third film.
Got it.
The fourth one they're doing is in London, but I'm on another film I can't talk about. But so they're doing a movie with Antoine Fuqua called Infinite, which is shooting in London. And I wanted to do it so bad, but I'm in the middle of something really exciting.
So you mean Antoine Fuqua, the filmmaker?
Yes.
Who has all the
Magnificent
drama?
Seven.
He's amazing.
He's just,
all
prolific.
Right.
Yes.
We'll leave it at the good stuff. You can Google all the others.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So just with everything that you have going on, what else can we expect from you just in the near future?
Well, there's a wonderful movie I did called The Banker, which is going to be the first film that Apple will be releasing theatrically.
Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson, Anthony Mackie. Really, really amazing story about 2 African-American investors who bought a bank in the 50s. Oh, wow. And they were like, wait, you can't buy a bank and then give loans to other African-Americans. They can't have the same economic prosperity as everyone. And so it was like, it's an amazing story. George Nalfi, who did the Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon, he directed it and co-wrote it. He also wrote Ocean's 13, Ocean's 11, actually. So this is going to be an amazing film that I think is going to could have some Oscar potential. Okay. I think Apple really wants to release it around November, December, so it could be eligible. But the performances are amazing. We shot it in Atlanta. It's just, and George Nalfi's an amazing director. So that's another piece that I think, like, I'm very, very fortunate that I find these little, and there's a couple other projects that I can't talk about that are like, I got a feeling that's going to be kind of huge.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those things where like, I don't know how I find these things, but I've been doing this so long, and I'm trying to be as generous and giving as I can. I always help a lot of young actors and giving them advice, and I coach, and so I feel for me, it's like, you know, I'm a Buddhist, so it's all the kind of positive causes I make have like amazing kind of effects that I don't really look out for or control. I just keep making these kind of positive causes. So it's interesting how I just, you know, and I realize after a while, it's so funny. I only get the jobs I'm supposed to get.
Yeah.
And that's a very hard thing for a young actor to hear. It's like, you know, if you were supposed to get that job, you would have. And I thought, oh, I should have got that. And it's like, no, actually, you know, I was doing it. I did it at 4 o'clock this morning, at 5 o'clock this morning, going, but I wanted to do that thing. And wait, I'm under contract for the next 2 months. Like, what am I talking? I couldn't have done that.
Why am I stressing about that?
Yeah, I couldn't have done that. So it's interesting how that mindset kind of works. But I feel like I've been so incredibly fortunate. So for me, you know, there was this, this great phrase, and I have to recall it, but at some point I'll remember what it is. But it's something on, you know, it's your patience when you have nothing, and your attitude when you have everything. Mm-hmm. So it's a very interesting thing.
Finding that balance.
That balance.
Because I have to practice that too.
Being impatient is like, I get it. I totally get it. But it's like, you know, what really defines you is your patience when you have nothing.
Yeah.
And your attitude.
You're preaching right now. You need to be.
And your attitude when you have everything.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me. It's like very times I was really, really broke and really, really struggled. And it's like, I was so incredibly impatient. But then when things are really, really going well, my attitude is such generosity. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, I got plenty. I just want to share. I don't need it all. This is way too much. And it just seems to keep moving in that direction. So, and I'm feeling like a little bit of like a tilt happening, like the tipping point's happening.
Do you feel like it's this year? Or?
Yeah, just because I'm for the first time of like 30 years and 140 credits, it's like, you know, I'm on the same series at the same time in the same season. Mm-hmm. Like Treme, it was like 7 episodes over 3 seasons because I was on I was on another show, Men of a Certain Age, and it was like I was doing 2 at once. Mm-hmm. Amazing problem.
Yeah,
you're like 2 great shows that no one knows about. Yeah. But the point is that so really it's like I think now it's the consistency of like doing things where people are kind of connecting the dots a little bit. Even in New Orleans, like they wrote this article, like that guy, you know, I'm the secret movie star.
Yeah, I heard that.
What I mean? So it's one of those like nice little kind of just things. So I think, but I definitely feel there's a switch, there's a change that's happening.
A good shift, a positive shift.
A positive shift where it's
Rub
like
some of that juju over on me because I need some. Yeah,
absolutely. Because I'm, you know, there's this thing of like, you know, you just keep doing it, and you know, you watch people like really blow up and make millions of dollars, and you're like, I'm still here, kind of doing my thing, but it's really, you know, I have so much more appreciation for the kind of the journey that kind of goes on. It's like just boggles my mind.
It's definitely a journey. I was wondering, since you did say that you were a Buddhist, how has that helped you to stay positive?
Well, I also got a little ADD, so it's like, you know what I mean? I don't want to get into chemicals or medication, but it's like, I think each day I kind of like have to kind of be mindful and focus in on kind of where my condition of life is. So for me, it's like when I'm chanting, it's like I have a very buoyant, I was boxing today. I went to the Churchill Boxing,
nice.
Peter Berg's Churchill Boxing. And I just, that kind of resiliency to be able to kind of keep going and keep moving. And I think you have to have whatever you do. I think whatever anyone does to maintain a consistent kind of, you know, buoyant condition of life that's a higher, do that all the time and keep doing it, because I think, you know, just life in general is going to throw you a whole bunch of curves. If you just run across the street, you're going to get natural wind resistance. And and then if you add and do stupid things like I did for many years and put things away, it makes it even harder. So I think for me, it's like having a kind of a buoyant and a resilient kind of a life condition, I think is really kind of crucial.
Right. And you always talk about all the huge projects that you've done, but you've also done Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on. I mean,
Stranger Things would be considered a huge project.
I think it was
a sleeper hit. You know, you're the creepy dude in the second season. It's like, yeah, people did look me a couple of times. Like, I can't sit in a park with some children around.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, is that the guy with the maroon?
Honey, close your eyes.
Members only sitting on a bench looking at me strange? Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So, I mean, so many things that you've done. Now, before we go, please tell people, other projects that they can expect from you. And, of course, let them know where they can find you on social media.
Yeah. So we got Wonderland coming up, which is on Netflix. And then we got The Banker, which will be out theatrically.
Nice.
And then, of course, I got 4 more episodes. We're only halfway in the season for Righteous Gemstones on HBO. So you definitely got to watch that. And I'm James K. DuMont on Twitter, and I'm James DuMont on Instagram, which I love me some Instagram.
Yes.
And I actually keep a Facebook, Chickless and I talk, we keep an open Facebook page. So I'm filled up in my Los Angeles one, but I have a little room in my New Orleans one. So if people want Facebook from me, I try to keep a little distance, but I like to keep close.
There's enough of him
and
to
people,
share.
And people do. They do message me and ask me questions all the time, and I just kind of pop in. Like, I can't believe you answered. Like, well, you asked me a question.
Wow.
I was like, I just happened to be answering it on my phone, so it kind of worked out.
That's awesome. He is a gem. You guys make sure you check out Righteous Gemstones on HBO.
The Goon Squad.
Yes, and then of course we're looking out for season 2 as well.
Yes, season 2 is a go.
Yes, and then of course Wonderland on Netflix and much, much more. So make sure you guys follow him, and you can also follow me. I am Jamie Gray. You can find me on Twitter at It's Jamie Gray or on Instagram at Jamie Gray, JAIMI. Woo! Thank you so much,
Got to remember
James.
the I.
You have to.
That's my capital M, like my capital M. You got to do it.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
You've been buzzed.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzzTV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzzTV or its owners or principals.